I'm not going to repeat what is already said or what is already talked. Uh, Congratulations, Bhim bhai. And I'm very happy that Dr. Mulay said that, you're a young man. So that's a additional bonus for you. Uh, let's talk about theme of this novel that got Sarala this year. Basically, Bhima Prusty is a writer of displacement. I am not going to talk about one novel, but a trilogy, three novels, Samudra Manisa, Jambu Loka, and Om. Everybody knows that Samudra Manisa is about the natural displacement, Jambu Loka is a political displacement, and Om is basically spiritual displacement of the soul. So, going into that, displacement and war, two major things that is happening in the world nowadays. As a writer, how you place yourself in the world of disasters, in the world of war, in the world of devastation. Starting with Dr. Mulay, then I will come to Bhima.
I think to some extent this is inevitable. Because who are we people? We supposed to have come from Africa. Our ancestors were from Africa because that is where the humanity began. So from ancient times till today, it's one journey of travel. And travel of any kind, whether forced or voluntary, creates displacement. It also creates uprootedness, and it's a common feature throughout the civilization that you see that लोग अपने गांव से, घर से, भाषा से, मित्रों से अलग हो जाते हैं. Or to reconcile it, you are very lucky being a person from Odisha, you are staying here. But even within our own lifetime, even if you stay in the same place, there could be feeling of displacement. There could be feeling of isolation. What is an island? Island is being isolated, being cut off. And it's very symbolic, it's profound, but it is also very personal. So this is how I see, because I am in the eyes of people, I am very successful. But actually I am a displaced person.
But how do you express that idea or that feelings of displacement in your writing?
Well, what I really do is I describe both the flowery part of it and also the pitfalls. Because there is a ditch where I fall. There are people whom I cannot identify with. There are people with whom I cannot communicate with. And so it does give me a certain feeling of loneliness. At the same time, I realize that we are all same essentially. And we need to understand each other better. And we also need to express ourselves better. We also have to find new idioms to live. Because today this Jambudweep is there. What is its future, say in 50 years or 100 years' time? Will they be completely integrated? Or will they be still live a haunted life? So it's a very, one cannot say X, Y, Z feeling. It's a very complex, it makes you very tense. Children of many of us go to USA. Now it's a very happy thing to look at. But even within this happy journey, there are a lot of tragedies. And because these are psychological, spiritual journeys also at the same time, along with the physical.
The happy migration may come out to be a disaster sometime. Actually, everywhere the idea of nationalism is growing so fast, and the isolation and possessiveness of the land, that's going to be the future, the crux of future.
True. Well, in fact, one can divide this displacement in two ways. One is that's why I say voluntary. The other is forced one. Like these people are forced to leave their land. They were during the Gulf War. A lot of people were forced out of, whether it is Syria, whether it is Yemen, whether it is Iraq. Lots of people were displaced and they went as political and economic refugees elsewhere. So each of them, then there are incidents like in Odisha also, there is every year there is a flood. People get displaced. There are, of course, natural disaster where lots of people get displaced. So displacement we cannot wish away. We need to see how best we can really find ways to reduce the trauma of displacement. We cannot escape the trauma. How can we reduce the trauma?
Okay, that's a very essential part of our life. तो भीम भाई मोर एटा होची जे जेतेबेले तमे विस्थापनटाकू देखुछ तम आखि आगरे एवं विशेषकर जम्बू लोक कथा उठला बेलू जम्बू लोक लुक्स लाइक ए डॉकू नोवेल जे डॉक्यूमेंटेशन बहुत कथा अच्छी बहुत गुड़ा रियलिटी अच्छी बहुत गुड़ा फैक्ट्स अच्छी समुद्र मनुष्य भी सही कथा गुड़ाए फैक्ट्स अच्छी ये जो फैक्ट्स आउ फिक्शन ए दीटा भितर माने कौन सीमारेखाटा कौन जे केते बेले फैक्ट्सटा फिक्शन हम एवं जो डिस्प्लेसमेंट भाया गोटे कम्प्लेक्स इश्यू जिते समुद्र मनुष्य तुम साधुहार कथा कौच जम्बू लोकर जम्बूर कथा कौच जोटा गोटे पॉलिटिकल डिस्प्लेसमेंट आस्ते आस्ते गोटे स्टोरी भाव में बिल्डअप हो तो ये फैक्ट और फिक्शन भितर केमती तुम मुवमेंटा केमती हो तुम तो कहल ठीक अच्छे तुम से जगह को जाऊच लोकों सागर कथा कौच चरित्र मान को भेटुच बट हाउ इट इज ए फिक्शन।
उड़ीसा का जो भौगोलिक स्थिति है वो सी शोर का आसपास जो जन समुदाय है ना वो जन समुदाय के बारे में वही नॉवेल बेस है। आपका हम जानना चाहता हूँ पहला आप जो मराठी साहित्य भी उड़ीसा का भूगोल का आसपास है उड़ीसा का भौगोलिक परिस्थिति जहाँ
Is it the similar actually the topographical or the geographical position of Odisha and Maharashtra? Yeah, parallel in the same coast.
Yes.
Of course, you have the Arabian Sea and
You got Bengal.
and yeah.
समुद्र कूल रे जो लोक मैंने रोचंती ओडिशा रे कारण आमे समुद्र कूल को लेकिन जो समुद्र कूल जो आदिवासी मैंने रोचंती ताको लेकिन बेसी उपन्यास लेखा है ने ओडिया रे से माने रोचंती से माने साधारणतः विस्थापित से माने समुद्र कूल को माछ मारिया पे आसंतु बा माछ व्यवसाय करंतु बा से माने समुद्र कूल रे रही जाइचंती समुद्र ग्रास रे विस्थापित हुंतु समुद्रटा गोटे मनीष को गोटे आय दौर बंचा गोटे आय दौर कि नथिले गोटे लोक पाखे गोटे जीरो अच्छी किंतु सी समुद्र कूल बंची जाऊँगी माछ धरिक तेणु यही जो ये विस्थापन कथाटा आसुना विस्थापन कथाटा पर आसूची प्रथम कथा आसूची जे समुद्र कूल किपरि जड़े गोटे जनसमुदाय बंचुंट तापुणी गोटे टेम्पोरारी समय सबुदिन समय नुह कारण आज जम्मू अच्छी काली जम्मू न थी पारे आज समुद्र मनीष थिला दिने थिला आज न थी पारती किंतु जिते फिक्शन ने आम देखूँ जिते उपन्यास देखूँ आम सदाबले तार रियलिटी सहित तार इतिहास को आम थू तार सांस्कृतिक परंपराटा को थू कारण आमर मु चाहे जे से गुड़िक रोहू नोभेल ताकू डॉक्यू नोभेल आम कहीपर दैट इज ए रियलिटी ह्यूमन रेस नोभेल बोल आम कह मनुष्यर जीवन यात्रार गोटे संघर्षमय स्थितिर से नोभेल गुड़िक एवं से डॉक्यूमेंट आम तुम जोटा कौच डॉक्यू नोभेल बोली डॉक्यू नोभेल कहले तो से खाली डॉक्यूमेंट आ जीवन ये दुईटा कथा फिक्शन किंतु ना एतिर तो अर्थनीति रोची इतिहास रोची संस्कृति रोची जीवन रोची एवं से जीवन केमती गोटे परिवर्तन होची से कथा मध्य रोची आको आमे डॉक्यूमेंट नोभेल डॉक्यू नोभेल बोली आमे मु आको कहि परिबि नाही मु आको वास्तववादी उपन्यासर रूप बोली कहि परिबि
नहीं माने मोर जो क्वेश्चन थिला जे वास्तवता एवं उपन्यास या भीतर जो सीमारेखाटा को तमें केमती अतिक्रम कर जितेबाला आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द प्लेस इज योर प्रोटैगनिस्ट whether it's Jambu or it's Satbhaya, they are the chief protagonist and one day they will not be there. So are you doing a conscious effort or are you really planning to make it immortal, that place?
I'm not planning first to write novel. Then I will enter the novel ଯେ ପ୍ଲାନିଂ ଇଜ୍ ଏ କମ୍ ୱିଥ୍ ମି एंड दैट इज ए मु बारंबार से जगह को जीवा से संपर्क में पढ़ा ये सब जिनस को लेकर तापर योजना हो जाए प्लानिंग न थाए किसी किंतु जितेबले मुझे मनीष मान सहित मिसे से लोक मान सहित मिसे मु देखी से लोकटा उपर घरे बसिक तो मुझे कथा जम्बू कथा कहीपर समुद्र मनीष कथा कहीपर ना मुझे मु जो जानी कथा जहाँ कौच तुम डकु बा तथ्य मुझे से कथा को कहानी माध्यम भितर पूरेबी से कथाटी को कहबी जमी आज बजार रेट केते अच्छी जितेबाला आम पचारे से गोटे तथ्य हो जाऊँगी आम पाखे एवं सेटा गोटे कथोपकथन जिनसटा हो जाऊँगी तेणु से तथ्य बा से विषय वस्तु को से कहानी माध्यम सरलीकरण भाव में देकरी भविष्यतर जो पाठक माने से कथा जानीपर तार सांस्कृतिक इतिहास उपरे तार इतिहास उपरे यही प्रयास मु करुच्ची तेणु ए वास्तविकता सब बेले रही से कहानी भितर वास्तवता रही से मनीष भितर वास्तवता रही आउ इतिहास भितर रही वास्तविकता वास्तविकता ता भितर रोची बोली ये तथ्य गुड़िक आसूँ
So basically it's the documentation of reality with a idea of making it a fiction, a storytelling. So he's telling a story. But now going to a different direction. You have translated Sri Radha, right? Actually, I am curious to know what was the triggering point? Why you decided to translate Sri Radha? Because it's a very iconic poem in Odia and it's a very contemporary, very well-read poem. What attracts you?
I think trigger point was, my romantic nature. I think, and romantic doesn't always has to do with sensual things. It's an aesthetic feeling that you feel about life in an intense manner. And when you read 52 poems, on the same theme, with each poem, the intensity grows. And what I like about Sri Radha is it's very unconventional. Often in that, Radha is quite, what should I say? In so many times she condemns Shri Krishna. Condemns for his, not, but at the same time, you can see that she is a very strong character. And what she says towards the end, it's good that you're gone. It's good that you're gone. Well, I'm just telling you the sense. She tells towards the end of Sri Radha in one of the poems, now people will go to whatever your funeral and then thereafter they will forget you. And this is the time now you will become mine and exclusively mine. But that is a fascinating, and I think this kind of ideas can come only through a very rich, cultured Indian mind. Because if somebody is gone, but he will be permanently mine, you cannot really imagine this kind of thing coming from the Western literature. It has a long, because Sri Radha itself, Sri Krishna and Sri Radha is a wonderful romantic, and Jayadev, who better than Jayadev, who has expressed it, and so many people.
Jayadeva created the character itself actually.
Yeah, correct. So, it just fascinating, and perhaps I was younger also. I was able to relate to many things. There is something called fulfilled love and unfulfilled and unrequited love in life. Everybody has that, not necessarily with a person that you love, but with friends, with other things in life. So this thing that you are not able to get, you have a very strange obsession about it. And she is obsessed at the same time. She is able to tell Krishna that, you have been not very kind to me. You're not very considerate to me. And, yes, I am ready to live without you. And there will be a day will come when you will be only mine, and no one else's. That is something.
Yeah, when you are dead for everyone, you will only be mine after that.
Correct.
Yeah. So, okay, Bhima, ଯେତେବେଳେ ବି ଗୋଟେ ଉପନ୍ୟାସ ଲେଖିବା କଥା ଚିନ୍ତା କରାଯାଉଛି ସେତେବେଳେ ୟୁ ଗୋ ଏଜ୍ ଏ ଟ୍ରାଭେଲର, ମାନେ ତମେ ଗୋଟେ ଯାଯାବରର ଜୀବନ ବଞ୍ଚିକରି ଉପନ୍ୟାସ ଲେଖୁଛ ପ୍ରାୟତଃ। Is it necessary the, to write a novel, you have to be a traveler? You have to be an...
It is my pleasure to traveling, writing novels. It is my pleasure. I am not a jajabor. I am serious.
Jajabar is also a serious person.
No, jajabor to kौन से लक्ष्य न था, किंतु इतने गुटे लक्ष्य रोची. It is a aim for to write novel. तेणु एटा गोटे प्रत्येक उपन्यास लेखिया गोटे आकस्मिकता भितर तैयारी हुए. कौटी शुणिले जदि तुमको भल लगे आपर लेखिया गोटे आकस्मिकता कौन योजना न था. एवं से बेले बेले भी से जगह को जाकरी नोवेल लिखी है नहीं कारण से विभिन्न परिस्थिति थाए विभिन्न प्रतिकूल परिस्थिति थाए नोवेल लिखी है नहीं. तेणु यहाँ को तुम गोटे कौतूहल भितर जोटे गोटे पिलार जमी गोटे कौतूहल थाए मेला को जीवार देखी मेला सेमती गोटे लेखकर गोटे पिला ता भीतर थाए से जगटा को जीवी देखी बहुत जगार उपन्यास तैयारी हुए बहुत जगार उपन्यास देखा हुए तैयारी ही पारे नहीं. ताने जे तमें या गोटे बुलाबुली करी गोटे उपन्यास लिखा एटा को यही हिसाब से तुम नियो ना आपको तुम नियो जे लेखकर गोटे कौतूहल से जगटा को देख जदि जगटा छुईची गोटे लेखकीय सृजन दृष्टि आक्रांत कर लिख ना से जगटा केवल भल लगी सौंदर्य दर्शन कर चली आस ये दृष्टि तुम विचार कर पारिबो.
But you are not a tourist actually. You know, when you go to a place, you go deep into the reality of that place. You explore the tragic history of that place. You know, when you are going to a place as a tourist, you just look at the beauty. But when you go there, you look into the tragic history, the tragic reality of that place.
Firstly, I am going there, the unknown place, exactly what is the area, what is the people, and what is the story there. And then I am going, after that, I am going there, seriously I am thinking to writing, and I am made a novelist, not a tourist.
Jampurlokar last chapter, the land is becoming a part of hallucination. Everybody is saying that no, he's a madman now because he's talking about Bangladesh, his old land, his landscape, his memory. Everything is coming back, and he is just talking about his old land. So, is that the how you imagine that actually? You know,
that is a conflict between two countries. The person. देश गोटे एमती शब्द आम रक्तरे गोटे रक्तरे थाए ता भारी पेट्रियटिज्म देश माय कंट्री but that world man is a hanging is a between two country. The Bangladesh and India. Bangladesh say he is a imitation and India say he is a refugee. He hanging 2 days, between two country. तेणु दुईटा देश भितर जो लोकटी छटपट होता है सी जाने तार व्याथा सी से देश को फेरी पार नहीं एवं ये देश से शांति रे नहीं किंतु केबे भी तार मातृभूमि की से भूली पारु नहीं. सेइतिपाई उपन्यासर शेषरे जेतेबेले सेई लोकटी मुंड भितर सेई देशर कथा पढ़ी ताकू जितेबाला अन्य माने उपदेश दौरान चल तार ताकू डाक्तर को देखा कौन एमती पागल कौन देश देश होची सेतेबेले ता पुओ ताकू गोटे कथा कहूँ सी सेमती अच्छी भल अच्छी ता मुंड भितर देश कथा ओल्लै दियना.
Yeah, that's very significant line of that novel. So the last question to you, sir. You are talking about Odisha, communication between languages in India. How many Odia works, Odia creative works has been translated into Marathi? Have you seen many or it's just very few?
Almost non-existent. I haven't really seen many.
And why so? Why we fail to institutionalize the process of translation?
Well, that is really my desire. and one of the missions that I really want to undertake. And the best way for that is connecting the writers with each other in the regional sense, not via Delhi, not via Sahitya Academy. People should be able to meet more frequently. So this National Anuvadak Conference, Translators Conference, is one step in that direction. And as compared to last year, when it was held in Bhubaneswar, we have very good attendance in Kolhapur. And these are the regional centers, but there were many powerful writers stay in regional centers also. Like, I don't think he is originally from Bhubaneswar. We all come to the cities. But there are a lot of people staying in remote areas. So I think it's important that we make this as a movement. And we need to also get the publishers involved in it. Then only it will happen. Why would a Oriya publisher pick up a Marathi book unless somebody tells him, well, this is an outstanding book. It may not have received Sahitya Academy Award. It may not have received, Gyanpith Award, but it is a lot of artists we have who go unrecognized, but they're very talented artists. But if they write in English, they might shine. But just because they're writing in Odia or Marathi or Punjabi, Bengali, whatever it is, they're not getting that kind of limelight. It is we who have this duty to give justice to our own literature. So that is the idea, and I really feel that the current scene is not very good. It's miserable, actually.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Mulay. Thank you, Bhimbai. And at last, I have a submission to Paramita Pandaji. To start with, why not start the process of translating Sarala awarded books, starting from Surendra Mohanty to Bhim Prusty. You have awarded some of the best novels, actually best books. So every year, if you take up one or two, it will be a great service to the world of Odia literature. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bhimbai. Thank you, Dr. Mulay. It was wonderful talking to you.